Hey, what's going on, y'all? RJ here with CV Tech, and today I'm bringing you yet another video. Now, I know that I'm wearing this headset again for the second video in a row, pretty much. But I like the way the audio quality sounds using this headset. I'm looking for an external microphone, but right now I've not found one. So, for the next few videos here, I'll probably be using this thing. So yeah. Anyway, this video here is about the LG Stylo 3 and why I'm probably going to pass on it. Not saying that I will not buy it, but as of right now, I don't see it in the future at all. Now, as far as the Stylo brand goes, now I'm talking about Boost Mobile. It's the carrier I'm still currently with, so I'm bringing up Boost Mobile version, of course. Now, I've had the LG G Stylo, the Stylo 2, and now they're making, of course, and just released the Stylo 3. Now, I've seen several unboxings and first impressions on the Stylo 3, and while the phone looks decent, the phone looks good, I personally just don't, you know, they didn't really bump it up a whole lot. I was looking at the specs here a few minutes ago on the Stylo 3, and when you only see two main differences between the Stylo 2 and the Stylo 3 as far as improvements, then it's kind of hard to spend 180 plus taxes, on a phone that's pretty much the same as the previous generation. Now, of course, with the Stylo 2, you had the 1.2 gigahertz Snapdragon 410, which was a quad core processor. And of course, the Stylo 3 has the 1.4 gigahertz Snapdragon 435, which is an octa-core processor. But they had the same RAM, the same ROM at 2 gigs and 16 gigabytes, with the external memory expansion, of course. The same cameras, 13 megapixel in the rear, 5 in the front. Now, unless they change the sensors and the Stylo 3, the camera is going to probably be the exact same. Now, there has been a slight bump up in battery from a 3000 to a 3200, which is a little bit of an improvement. So you might see a difference there. I really don't know. Both of them run 7.0 Nougat now. Of course, the Stylo 3 came out with 7.0. The Stylo 2 just released 7.0 a little while back. And if it didn't really ruin your Stylo 2 or cause any issues, then there you go. Both have 7.0 Nougat. So really the only two things so far that I really see difference is that the Stylo 3 has a fingerprint sensor, which is really nice. After owning the HTC with the fingerprint sensor, my iPhone 5S with the Touch ID, I kind of like a fingerprint scanner on a phone in a way. I mean, I know it's kind of gimmicky and all that kind of stuff, but it's nice to have on a phone. Just hit a little button and it's ready to roll. I kind of like that. So that's kind of nice. The volume buttons being on the side. I like the side volume buttons personally on the LG on any phone. To be honest with you, and of course the power and fingerprint sensors on the back of the phone under the camera, which is pretty cool as well. Not a bad place for a fingerprint sensor in my opinion. So you got a fingerprint sensor, you got a octa-core processor from a 410 to a 435. But when you look at the price tag of $179.99, has the same screen, 5.7 inch HD, 720 by 1280, 720p screen. And from what I've seen, it has a few pixels per inch lower. If I'm correct, now I could be wrong, but I think that it's 267 on the Stylo 2 and 258 on the Stylo 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that it's somewhere close to there, which is not enough to really even matter anyway. Both they both Stylo 2 and 3 have the same stylus. However, the stylus is a bit different, designed differently on the Stylo 3. But they had the same, like I said, the same camera, recorded in full 1080. Both of them run 7.0 Nougat, same 5.7 inch display. Camera placements are the same. There's really no major difference between the Stylo 2 and the Stylo 3. And to really pay 180 plus taxes, which you're looking around $200, close to there, for a device that only gives you a fingerprint scanner and a small bump up in the processor, in my personal opinion, is just not worth it. And that's the main reason why I'm not going to pick it up. Now, unless it drops down like $100 in price, I probably won't be picking the phone up because, like I said, 180 is very expensive for a phone, especially whenever, yeah, the Stylo brand, I'm about 50-50 on the Stylo. They're really good phones, they're really nice, but personally myself, I'm just not that big into phablet devices. I know some are into smaller devices. So with the Stylo 3, seeing that, just very minor improvements here and there, and you know, being a phablet is just kind of like, unless it comes down to like $79, something like that. I know that's a big stretch from what it is right now at retail price. However, I do believe that you can get it at a port-in price at Boost Mobile for $99, which is a good deal. So I will say that. Now, I have nothing bad to say about the Stylo 3. I don't own the phone. I had a Stylo 2 for a long time. I did use it. It's a great phone. 7.0 kind of messed it up a little bit. It does run better than it did when it first got the update, but it's still kind of glitchy. So, but I know some had problems, some didn't, which is awesome. If you didn't have any problems with your Stylo 2 after the Nougat update. And it's a great phone. I'm not bashing the Stylos at all because they're great phones, great devices. But I just don't see it being worth picking up or spending, almost $200 for a phone that has just a small bump up in processor from a 410 quad core to an octa core 435 with the same RAM, the same ROM, almost the same battery size, same camera, same screen, same display, same everything. I just really don't see the price worth there, in my personal opinion. So that's probably why. That's the most reason why I would not be picking up the Stylo 3, because of that reason. Like I said, unless it comes down to a very, very low price, and I'm like, well, I might pick it up and just try it out, something like that. So anyway, just my thoughts on the LG Stylo 3. If this was informative in any way, hit that thumbs up button. I sure would appreciate it. If you got any questions or comments, leave it down in the comment section below. I'll get back with you as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all in the next video.